Now I need to see if I can see comments here. Content isn't available. Try again later. Are we live? Pause. Oh, we're live. Oh, look at the quality. Okay. For those of you that are watching this later on, this is a live feed that I've done. So any chat might seem a little bit weird because I will be chatting with anybody who may come into the chat. But we're just gonna sit and chill and just draw. I'll give some context as I'm drawing to what it is that I'm drawing. But I am absolutely sick to the back teeth now of TikTok, so we're going to be doing a live over here. You will hear some munching, some drinking, children in the background. My kittens will be interrupting. There will be interruptions. So if you're watching this later on, use this as a bit of a body double live feed, something to have on in the background. Hi Tony, hi Emily. So this way I have content that can be left on my YouTube channel for people to watch later on or to come back with and body double if they want to. So again, if you're watching this as a playback, it's not going to be clean and perfect. It's not a tutorial. It is me just chilling, finishing off this. And I intended to get some ACEOs done as well. Does it look weird on the telly? The quality looks really good. Much better than when I'm looking through my phone, to be fair. So anyway, we dashed over here because I kept getting violations for trying to get people off of the platform, which was ridiculous because all I said was hello. But if you are following me already, this will just be a nice little surprise to have in my content box. If you're not following me already, I do intend on doing more live feeds over here on my channel. But I do a lot of vlogging and there will also be some tutorials coming as well on various things, but that's where we're at. Oh, how frustrating. Right, I had nearly finished as well. So we're just going to get this finished up. And then, like I say, I was going to move on to getting some of the ACEOs done that I wanted to do. How are you, Emily? If you are watching this later on and you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment box. I will answer them as soon as I can. Just putting a bit more shading around his face, or her face, I should say. Camera's wobbly, I apologise. I'm hoping to get all this set up once I get the office properly sorted out and organised. I don't know if putting there is going to make that worse. Chilling with a brew after a housework mountain. Oh, bless you. I don't know where I put my coffee. There. I haven't got a lot left, to be fair. I've just had to rescue the sofa. The kitten kept trying to eat my kid's lunch. And where he was trying to stop him, the blanket caught the dinner or lunch, and it went all over the sofa. So our brand new sofa, which is not even a week old, has officially been christened. And it was tteokbokki of all things. Oh dear. Oh well, it had to happen at some time. It would have been one of us. I suppose it wasn't me, to be honest. Happens to the best of us, doesn't it? So, now I'm here, I can talk about all the things I wanted to talk about and why I am creating this particular artwork. Exactly. It was inevitable. It was always going to be the case. Oh, I best let Gary know that we are now on YouTube. So most of you will be aware, but if you're watching this later on and you're new to me, you won't be aware. So I am launching a snail mail club with a little bit of a difference, in that you get a digital download before you get your mail, and that is so you have something while you are waiting. It will be a colouring sheet version of the print that you get that month, but you also get a physical colouring sheet in with the letter as well. Just eating. I washed my sofas the other day, said to Cara, no mess on there. I was the first thing. See, it's normally the adults, to be fair. So because I'm in a bit of a panic, because this is all very new to me doing this, I wanted to do a soft launch to make sure that everything's working. So we're doing a soft launch on Sunday. So everybody that's in my Discord channel for the Snail Mail Club will get a notification when the soft launch goes live. So they can then sign up for actually January. I know we're near the end of January, 24th of January. But that still gives me time to like iron out any kinks if any arise, because it's things like, what do I use to do the digital downloads with? Well, we're looking at using like a MailChimp service so I can just email out any new subscribers and things like that. Hey, honestly, I'm so sick. I got 2 warnings and then I got booted because I went to rescue my sofa. Doesn't the quality look good? I don't know. It does on my screen anyway. So yes, we're soft launching the Snail Mail Club, hopefully on Sunday, if I can get my arse in gear. And this is the print the soft launchers will get. So I'm going to show you so you can see. Now, where did I put it? Over here. I'm really pleased, actually. Really pleased with myself. I am thinking at some point later on in the year doing an Aceo version, so you can actually get an original piece of artwork. Oh, no worries, my lovely. Have a good rest of the weekend. This is the back of the letter, so each letter will have a different coloured pattern on the background, and I thought it might be quite nice for you to just have this on the table by your phone or whatever. Just keep a pencil, and then when you're like bored, I don't know, then you just colour in the back. And then on the other side is the letter, which I'm not going to read it out because I don't want to give it away, but look at my little babies. I got all their little paw prints on there, even the guinea pig. So January's will get the letter. It will get a little sticker. I need to make sure it's tender. So we'll get a little sticker. There will be a loyalty card that goes out, and then every month I shall send a little sticker out. And then once you hit 6 months, you get 15% off of the site, and then 12 months you get 25% off the site, which I thought was quite cute. And then I don't know, if you start in June, for example, when I send out the 27 cards, you just keep hold of both, and then you can still count your months on. You then get a little scratch off card. I won't scratch this off yet, but that is a scratch off panel. So you scratch it off and there's a little quote of the month. And what I'll do is I'll change the colours to go with the prints and things like that. I know, isn't it so cute? It was quite tricky getting the guinea pigs because their claws are really weird, so their feet sit weird. You then, of course, get the print of the month, which we know for January is the Secret Keeper. Can you tell? This isn't the one going out, but can you tell where Toes was, Peanut was eating it? I'm pretty sure it was Peanut. Then you get the colouring page. But to begin with, you get this as a download. So when you sign up, you get this sent to you as a download. So you can do it digital if you want to, but then you get a physical thing coming out in the post as well. You get your little self-care word search, which is all made by me. I just thought it's just a nice little, very hungry kittens. I just thought having little things like that in there. So not only do you get your colouring sheet, you get your word search, you get your little scratch off. And then you can get to colour the backs as well. I thought it was quite a nice little set. As far as I'm aware, no other clubs actually do the initial digital download. But I wanted to do that for various reasons. So that's what you get in your letter every month. And then it comes in a special envelope. I just love it. I love the way that, look, I just love the way it's come out. And like, he's so cute. So I'm really happy with that. So I've restricted how many we get for the main events, so I don't get overwhelmed. It's unlikely I'm going to get overwhelmed, but never say never. You know, I'm aiming for some success of some kind, but I have limited. There's 40 European and then there's 40 UK slots. And then that way I don't get like ridiculously overwhelmed with it all. So this is, like I say, this is for the soft launch. So if, the link will be sent on the Discord to the soft launch. So this is specifically, and what I'm doing for the soft launch, instead of taking this in and digitizing this, I will actually be scanning the illustration in. So I quite like the idea of it being really personal in the sense that it's not been cleaned up and refined. It comes as is. So that will be the print and the colouring page. I keep having to convince myself that I can do this. And it's going to be a slow growth thing. And it's going to be a nice thing. And, you know, eventually, hopefully, we'll build this little community. And then I might even be able to do a video at the end of each month and colour in. We have like a little colouring live feed of the colouring sheet that was sent that month. I was thinking as well that if I get into MCM, that I might take some pre-months. So months that we've already had, I might take some as a pack, as a bundle, that people then can purchase separately. And then if they want to subscribe after that, they can. Yeah, exactly. You know, I don't want to be ridiculously busy. I don't want it to take over everything else that I want to do. But it would be nice, and I think it brings back that lovely little bit of human connection that I think we've lost over the years. Especially when, like, if you still want to be in contact with people, but, you know, you want to get off the social media side of things, it's nice that you still have this way to keep in contact. What I'm going to try and do tomorrow is, like I say, but Lizelle wasn't in the other live feed, is that I'm going to try and get my OBS sorted out so I can start doing the live feeds through OBS again, which means I can have 2 cameras on here, so it doesn't feel like you're just talking to a pair of hands. I was hoping to have got my vlog over up this weekend, but I think if this live is going up, then I'll probably do it maybe middle of the week. The thing is, though, it doesn't matter if you're quiet in there. It's knowing that you have a space. Even when, you know, as a group, we have quiet times on the Discord, I think it's still nice that people know that they've got somewhere that they can go and just chat and vent and celebrate the little wins and moan about the little annoyances and things like that. That's the exact reason, honestly, why I liked the idea when I first started seeing like the snail mail clubs coming up. And I just thought, as a general thing, I think it's an amazing thing to do. But as a thing for neurospices and chronically ill, I think it's even more of an amazing thing to do because it can be such a lonely existence. And just to be able to have that little bit of outreach, I just think can make a really big difference. Yeah, totally. I had OBS all like under control. I even have, oh my God, what it's called. I even have a thingy desk, things that changes all the buttons. Why can't I remember what they're called? I've just realised I've done that at the wrong end. Doesn't matter. Yeah, but for some reason, it's to do with, Mac is awful sometimes with updating everything to coexist with like Canon and stuff like that. So it doesn't recognise my Canon anymore. So I can't use that on OBS. And I always had to download a secondary piece of software just to get it working, which I don't want to do. In fact, I've tried and it doesn't work. So I have a new vlogging camera, which is the DJI Osmo 3. So I thought now I've got that, I can go live on that. But even if I didn't go live on that, but at least I could maybe have it as the like the webcam. So you've got my silly little face in the corner at least. I might strengthen the outline, I think. I don't know. Does it need it? Or does it not need it? I don't know. I'm going to sign it now anyway, because it practically is done. Stream Deck. That is the word I was looking for. 2026. I might put a little bit of colour. Why does that seem so... I don't remember that being quite so streaky there. I've got an OBS bot for my face cam. I need to work out what cam I'm going to use if I do any traditional stuff. OBS bot. That's a new one of me. I don't know what that is. I'm so out the loop, honestly. Since stopping my Patreon, like, I haven't got a clue what hardly anything is anymore. But these, God, everything shakes so easily. The previous ones I was doing, because I had a bit of a play and I didn't know what style I wanted to do the limited soft launch one. So I was trying to get a bit of inspo and things like that. I really liked him. Really liked him. So I might do something with him in the future. Possibly this was based on Saf, so I could probably grow that one in the future as well. Don't know yet. I think that was all like the pre-sketching bits I did. Yeah, so at some point I need to digitize the otter. I can't remember what year, month. I've got it all set out actually, where I know what animal is going to be what month. Ah, it's called OBS bot, is it? That's probably similar to my Osmo. The Osmo's got that feature on it. So I thought now, hey, how are you? Oh, actually, I best link in the Discord. I haven't done that, have I? I've told everyone I'm live, but not that I've moved. Oh, thank you, Tony. You're a babe. Cold. Do you know what? I was cold and then we had an accident. Sounds dodge. But I'm not so cold anymore now. My head's really hurting today though, but I had quite a long like computer day yesterday trying to get stuff sorted for this launch. Ah, I've never heard of OBS bot. I'll have to look it up. Yes, so this is like clowncore. But I wanted it to be more my style. And my sister was like, when we did the ones that were all like rattles and things like that, she was like, I could so see them in like a medieval nursery, like with little kids running around and playing with them, which I thought was actually perfect because that was sort of what I was going for. That really, not obscure, but you know what I'm like. I like to be different. So now we've done this, I don't think I want to do any more to this. So what I need to do is I need to scan it. Like I say, when we do the soft launch, they'll only be getting the raw version. I want people to have a raw version. I want it to be completely unique to any of the other months that people sign up to, which is why I've gone down this route. So then all that's left to do, I'm going to make a note because I am having to, I'm learning to make notes, people. What is going on? So add paw prints to letters, we've now done. I started this is still ongoing. I've half taken, I have checked the total weight, that's done. I still haven't photographed stuff, so soft launch. Don't know why I put a box there. So we want the loyalty card to go out. What I thought I would do as part of this is actually make myself like a little placemat, and on that placemat is a picture of everything that needs to be included in the mail when it goes out. then what I do is when I'm packing the mail for that month, I put everything on its place on the placemat, so I know that I have everything that needs to be involved. I actually need to write that on there. Right. Loyalty card, crossword is done. Yeah, crossword's done. I just need to finish designing it. The print, so the drawing's done. I need to make the stickers, the colour sheet. I don't envisage I'm going to get many people signing up at all at the moment, like I say, which isn't a bad thing. So what I might do is the stickers, I might combine the soft launch in January onto one sheet of paper. So I'm not printing off loads that like then just sit in my drawer. Although, like I say, come MCM, I plan to make up the envelopes like so with all the stuff in it, and then they can purchase them separately, but we'll see. Right, so that needs to go over to the scanner. Are we happy for me to just sit and do some Aceos together with you? I would like to do the, no, I need my sketchbook because they're in there. I want to do these on my little Aceos. Yes, I literally said, hello, how are you? And then TT went, you're trying to take people off the platform. How bloody dare you? Shouldn't swear. How dare you? And then, yeah. And then we had an accident on the sofa. The kiddie had an accident with his lunch, so we had to go frantically clear that up. But TT didn't like that, so threw me off for inactivity. So I went back on and then it said, hello, sorry about that. And then it threw up a hissy fit again. So I was like, do you know what? I'm done. I'm going over to YouTube. So yeah, here we are. So anyway, I would like to translate these onto my little Aceos. We'll see how we get on. I need to get a new trimmer as well. I'm fed up. My blades go blunt so quickly. It doesn't give me a nice clean edge, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but... So what colour should we do for our origami backgrounds? We've got like this beigey yellow colour. We've got like the limey green. There's only, how many have we got? We've got four of the lime greens. Four of the beige. 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the purpley yellow. How many designs have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I include the others, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I forgot my bottle of water, didn't I? I need to go and get my bottle of water. I'll be as quick as I can. You right in there, kiddo? Yeah. Cool. Okay, I may have just snuck in a little snackaroonie. Right, let's get comfy and let's get into this. How many of these have I got? 5. I think I'm going to do them on there. Squirrel, fox, butterfly, bird. apart from my head, I'm all right. How was the party? No one in here, darling. I think they're next door. What's the matter? What's the matter? What? Oh, do you need painkillers? Are you drinking plenty of water? And you took the stuff? Okay, there isn't a huge amount from here on out that we can do, unless you use the antiseptic throat sweets. What would you like me to do? Would you like me to find them for you? Sorry, give me two seconds. I just need to go and help the kiddo. What's so cold? Are you good? Might want that first. Don't forget you've got these as well. These work. There you go. You choose which ones you want, okay? But I would eat your ice cream first. You like the mango, don't you? What's the matter? Come on. Go for it. Go for it, nice. I left them by the cat. Oh, you got them. The other ones have more of like an antiseptic. Oh, quite potentially, which is frustrating because we've all just only got over the last thing. But a few of the kids at school have been getting poorly with things. Shall we do... I definitely want to do the whale. I definitely want to do the little fish. I think I could do the jelly. And then the shark. And then we've got 8. Then that way I won't do this fish. I'll just do this jelly. Or we can maybe think of something else. Loud and too much. Oh, bless you. How long were you there for? Right, we'll do the land ones first. That's got the most bocky on it, so I might do the butterfly on that one. So shall we do the squiggle, get that drawn on? Also, he had pizza last night, and he hasn't had pizza in a really, really long time. And I do wonder whether maybe that might be a bit of reflux. So we'll see how he is tomorrow. I so don't miss kids' parties anymore. What do I do with my pencil, peeps? It must be easier watching these live feeds as well than it is TT ones. Yeah. Do you want me to bring you in a bit? I've got to try and make sure I make everything fit in. I'm terrible at making things fit. I always end up drawing things too big, especially when I was learning like how to draw people. Whenever I freehanded it, I'd always draw them too big, so there'd never be enough room left on the page. Like already, like this arm here, I'll have to draw the arm in first because that'll tell me I've always found it easier to draw in bigger scale than smaller scale. Yeah, I get that. I think also sometimes because our phone is like, for me, for example, like it is my main way of all communications. So like if I'm watching a live feed and someone rings my phone or something, I bring that line up. He's not very straight, he's sort of leaning back. Maybe he's had too many, too many of the nuts. I like the simplicity of going live over here as well. I haven't got the, oh, somebody sent somebody a universe and you've got to do this reward and that reward and everything else in between. Are we there? I might make his tail a bit bigger. Feels more bunny-like at the moment. So if I make his tail longer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was thinking that when I was trying it, because I keep moving the camera, like the phone around, thinking, where can I put it without it being covered up all the time? I think we look squirrel-like. On this one, we did it like this orangey colour. I can't remember what actual colour that was. Have I got my... I think it's that one. If I want to put any shadows in, I think there's not really an in-between actually on these without getting my other pens out. We would have to shadow, I think that one might be a bit better for a shadow rather than that. So 519 and yeah, 87. I'm just going to open my water. Oh, there is a top fans thing. What do we do with this top fans? If I click on that, what happens? Can I celebrate you? What's XP? Are you gaining XP? That's so cool. Oh no! I nearly came out then. Can I do anything with it? I can't. Oh, that water's cold. I can't get the lid back on. Okay, so what did I say? BR87, which I think is down here. So we are using the Ohuhu. Ohuhu. Looks very squirrely. Good, that's what we want. Ohuhu Nahuku. Let me show you. So these are, what are they? Little emojis. Ah. Oh, okay, that's quite cool. So I told you I'm so behind on this stuff now. So Ohuhu Nahuku. These are the brush markers that we used the other day. They're so good. Oh, these little emojis. They're so cute. Can I add my own emojis on here? I'm like so behind the times. What, do you know what? This glides really well on this paper. I can only presume it's because I've already done some sort of paint work on it already, so it's filled in some of the texture. I didn't shake it, naughty me. Shaking it would be really helpful. Oh, okay. Sorry, it's really shaking the camera. Oh dear, I really need to set it up. I need to move my desk. I plan to move my desk anyway, but... And then hopefully I can put my swan neck on a more stable surface. I need to learn to let go a little bit on here because I always feel like I need to be more serious, and I think that goes back from the days of when I was doing a lot more of the serious, I have to be taken serious tutorials. But since doing the vlogs and things like that, I think it's quite nice because I feel like people maybe are getting used to who I am as a person a little bit more, rather than just these pairs of hands behind the camera. But I keep getting later and later with the vlogs because I'm like, who really cares what I did last week? Like, literally, who cares? But I know, like, Ikura, for example, she likes to use the videos as body doubling. So, like, I almost put them up just for that purpose. But I'm so, like, my vlogs have no, like, flow, because I think I end up forgetting where I am half the time, and then I try and have to make sense of it all when I'm loading 80 videos into edit. And ignore the state of my mat, by the way, it needs to go through the washing machine. So they all feel, I did promise chaos though, to be fair, didn't I, at the beginning of the vlogging? Like, this is what it's going to be like. Big difference though with the new camera. And there is a lot of cats appearing in the next one. I will keep up with it, because I think the more I do, the more natural it's going to feel anyway. But, like, I envy those that will take their camera literally wherever they go and they'll film themselves doing their weekly shop or going to the post office. And I just feel really strange doing all that type of thing. Have you? I think that alone, like, if I know that they are the words that people are getting a use out of them, and they're not just like sitting there being literally gathering dust in the depths of YouTube studio. Plus you're nosy, yeah. That's not a bad thing. It keeps people in a job. Like, one of my favourite YouTubers to watch for vlogging is Bailey J. And she's the one actually who has, I've watched her for years. And then obviously I came off of YouTube for a long time and I didn't really watch anybody. But Bailey J is definitely the type of vlogger I feel I am, in the sense that it is just the daily stuff. There's a format, but it's not refined. Oh, this is going really well. You know exactly what I mean. What did I call you, Oogie? Oh my god, what did I call you? Now you got me worried. I thought I'd just put some like shadow. Oh, I fear that's going to be too dark. But I really can't be bothered to pull out the other pens because there's so many of them. I want to at some point, you know the marker holders that I've got? I want to at some point put the acrylic markers in. I need to get some more because it's handy having them all in these nice little tidy bags. But when I just want to grab particular colours and I want to mix up, I don't want to have to keep opening loads of different bags. I'm going to do it. I can always lighten it over the top. I just want a little bit of shadow, not loads. Like a bit of cell shading, I guess. Just where the creases are. I'm going to line it in black anyway, but... I've been watching a show on Netflix, and I am mighty impressed with some of the acting that's going on in there. Nosferatu. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Just wait for that to dry. I wonder whether we need a second coat. I might try a second coat and just see. It'd be a third on the face, but yeah, the acting. The main character reminds me of one of my friends. Sometimes she's actually a spitting double of what she used to look like. But it's quite an odd take on the old traditional vampire stories, so it's quite an interesting one if you like that sort of stuff. Wait for that to dry off a bit. Give it a little shimmy shake. Went down the doom scroll. Oh, what's it like? Sounds really random to ask, but I've never done it. Like, do you just get loads of different people's live feeds? That should be dry enough to line it. My liner pen's too thin for that, I think. We need, I've got my, I never know how to pronounce this. It's the Tombow, it's their calligraphy pen. It's got a name and I never remember how to pronounce it. But I can't remember whether it was actually, I might test it on here actually. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that's easily done. Because I can add some different pressures, which might give me a bit more interest on the sketch side of things. Or, do you know what? I might actually give it a bit more interest, I think. I can do my little crossovers and yeah, I was considering later on having an Aceo tier of the Mail Club. I would only be able to offer it to the EU and UK. I wouldn't be able to offer it to the US, sadly. Where you actually get an original piece of art. So I'll do a set, and I will limit it to 10 people, but I will do a set of 10 ACEOs, and then you just get a random one. You don't get to choose, but maybe we can like where we've done themes, for example, we would have a theme. Don't think you can doom scroll lives on here unless, oh, okay. I do wonder, because I wondered like how you get discovered on the live feed pages on TikTok, on YouTube, like, because I can't name my live feed anything at the moment because I've done it through my phone. I've just lost my lid. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about the discoverability, and I need to do some proper homework. Okay. Yeah, I used to have a regular schedule back in the day, but you know, life. Soon gets in the way of me planning anything. Used to do a live every Wednesday, didn't I? I used to do a little tutorial live. which I'm hoping that we can get back onto, because I want to do some tutorials and informative videos to like literally go back to the beginning of needle punching. Yeah, it's like even if I'm here on my own, like I said, like literally yesterday I had 5 phone calls before 12 p.m. Like if I'd sorted out a live, unless I ignored those phone calls, but when they're the school and things like that, you can't really risk not picking up the phone. So I'm always like torn between a rock and a hard place when it comes to whether or not I try and go down that route again. I quite like the way he's turned out. With these, I don't give a full signature. I literally just BD for Bonita Doodles, and then I put the information on the back. What I did with the previous ones, where did I put them? No, that's not the bag. Where's the bag? Oh. Seriously, if my desk was organised, I'd have such a healthier, she says. It wouldn't happen at all. That would be me if I wasn't disorganised. So on the back of these, I've literally got all their information. So Slick, 7 of 11. Poor Slick has a skin condition that makes his fur very oily. He hates his weekly wash, but needs must. And then it's got my signature and date. So each one of them, of these ones, because we know that they all have their little personalities. Yeah, honestly, I said to a friend last night, I don't know who I am without this, without doing my art, but in my brain, I can't do art without a purpose. Oh, little cut in the box. So I'm finding it really hard right now, and I'm trying not to get into my own head, which is why I want to try and again start maybe building the community on here so we can embrace the chaos together. I need to learn to relax more on the YouTube live feeds. You know, crap happens, things go wrong. I will get interrupted. You know, I can't stop any of that. Life will happen. So I need to just change my mindset around it all. And I'm hoping that doing more of these here will do that. Right, so we've got the back of the fox and then we've got the front of the fox. So that's the widest we can go. I'm hoping I have left myself enough room. So if we're feet here, we go up to the head here. Just about, we're right at the edge. I'm wondering whether I shrink him down. Yes, it's like your brain shuts off when you have no purpose to be creative. And I think in all fairness, and a few people might disagree with me about this, but I think in all fairness, that is why commissions are quite important, I think, for... Although you lose a bit of creative expression, depending on the type of commissions that you do, I think the thing about commissions is it keeps you being creative because you have a reason to be creative. And it's frustrating because actually creativity should never be like that. Creativity should be about you just being able to express yourself in your own way without having any pressures. But it is really hard because, like, you know, in my mind, I'm like, well, I've got a whole drawer full of artwork that's never to be seen by anybody. So what's the point? Which is a bad mindset to have. Not a bad mindset. It's not the healthiest mindset to have. But it's not an easy one to get out of sometimes. I think also as artists, we're so often drummed into us that art has no value in the world. You know, nobody's got money or time for art anymore. Like, unless you're solving a problem in the world, then, you know, what you're making has no value. And it's frustrating because actually, you know, when you think, and I think you especially, Lizelle, would get it, you know, in the times of the gods, you know, we were the entertainment. We made the houses beautiful, you know, we made opulence. We were the ones that said, you know, this person has a lot of money, has a lot of wealth because, you know, they can afford to pay us to decorate their house. We can make the mosaics, we can paint the portraits. And, you know, entertainment was craved for. But I think in a time where consumerism really exists and things are so easy to get hold of so cheaply, I don't think there will ever be a time where we are not a value in the world. I just think other people have yet to think in the same way that we need to think. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Yeah, it is hard, isn't it? It's hard to just, you know, that's why I have to force myself to sketch in my sketchbooks. But then when I sketch in them, I think, oh, okay, well, I've created something that maybe I can take further. I think, you know, a lot of people forget that as artists, you know, you get different types of artists. And, you know, I am the type of artist that I'd rather my art went to a home. His little face. I'm a little bit in love with the foxes. I quite like it should be a bit wider, I think, but I quite like the narrowness of him. Right, Y03 and YR310. Let me put the browns back because I don't think I need those. Y310 I said, didn't I? Yeah, and then Y03. I love these, the fact that you've got these little windows. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly. I know that when I had my ADHD coach, I was like, you know, I don't have a successful business. You know, I'm failing it and all this sort of stuff. And she was like, well, what does success mean to you? And I was like, well, you know, having a business that makes money. And she was, you know, okay, that's great. She said, but, you know, everybody's got different meanings of success in their business. Like she was saying, you know, a successful business for me is knowing that I'm able to go and pick up my kid from school every day, not having to go into an office, making my own hours, picking and choosing who I work with. And it took me a really long time, and I'm still not there, but it took me a really long time to accept that actually maybe I am running a successful business in that sense, because I can work my own hours. You know, I'm always there for the kids when I need to be. So yes, maybe not in value. You know, I'm not making tons of money and things like that, which in an ideal world would be great. But I can be here when I need to be here. For my health, you know, if I had a job that I had to go into the office, I would have been sacked by now because of my health getting so bad. But it's always hard, isn't it, to get into new mindsets and learn new ways of thinking. I think I can get away with just the one coat on that because it's quite a bright orange. It's coming through really vivid on my screen. I don't know about yours. I don't know if it's good on my screen's bright. I don't think it is. Let's have a look. Oh no, it is quite bright. It's well over halfway. I didn't pick a shadow colour, did I? We went quite dark on the squirrel, and I actually think it works quite well. So I think that don't think there's enough difference between those two. So I think we will go for the R621. I'm just gonna have to take a painkiller, bear with me. I think I hurt my neck from working on the sofa yesterday, and I always find that gives me really bad headaches next day. I probably should put my phone on silent as well, actually. Let's do that. There we go. that a little bit dry. Might actually have to have two shadow colours because I think under his chin this is going to be way too dark. So maybe 610. It's really a huge amount of shadow I can put there. Light keeps, because it's wet, the light keeps shining on it awkwardly, so every now and then I'll just have to lift it up so you can see. That much for shadow at all, but I think it's enough just to we'll do the butterfly after this. It would, if you were collecting things, would it annoy you if like most were vertical and then there's that odd one or three that are like horizontal? I don't know if that would annoy me, but I can't really do the butterfly vertical. I'll give that a bit more time to dry. I love how easy it is to go from fat to thin with this pen. He's cute. I like the way he's come out. I actually really like that face. It's a cute little pair. Right, let's do the butterfly. I'm still undecided whether or not I eBay these or whether they go on the website. I don't know whether people would just prefer to buy them and have the chance to own them straight away, or whether bidding might open up a few more avenues. I might do half and half. He is a cutie patootie, isn't he? Okay, so we're going to do the flutterbay next. And I hate things getting uneven, so I might actually grab, if I've got any to hand, a bit of tracing paper. I've normally got some hanging around, but I tell you what I could do. I could just do it on a normal bit of paper, and then have I got a normal bit of paper? Let me grab that. I don't know why I'm drawing all the lines. I don't need to really. Just wanted the outside shape. That shape. Is that going to be too small? I might have to draw it bigger. Yeah, it needs to be a bit bigger. I may have it wrong, and this isn't what we're doing here, but the name for origami with cutting scissors is kirigami, I think, if I remembered that correctly. I might take the angle down a bit. colour should we do the butterfly? We didn't actually colour it before. That is my guide. Probably I think I need to change that. Bring that down. Bring that there. Going to do BG85, which is that one I think, and then G43. Might need a couple of coats on this one. Hey! Wasn't sure if you were working. I love how you don't have to wait forever for these to dry. It works with my patience. Oh, okay. Right, give that a second to dry, and then I need to find a shadow colour, which I think will be 2-8. Works quite well on these nice little backgrounds. I need a darker blue, just I think to that might work for both. Still needs a bit of time to dry, I think. I can't get over how cute that fox has turned out. I felt like maybe I could have put shadow, but like on the fox's tail, I think that might have been awkward. Like, so they don't look like they're floating, they actually look like they're sitting there. But I don't know whether I want to risk it for a biscuit, to be honest. Blue's come off on my nib. I can't tell if this actually looks like a butterfly. It feels like a weird random kite. I've put eyes on these, so I wonder whether or not maybe I draw little antennas. That might help. I don't think that would deviate too much. Yeah, I think that's fine. Just little simple ones like that. Yeah, I think that works. Little cutie ones. Yeah, I like that now. Okay, so we've got the bird to do, and then that's all the above the ocean done. The bird, I don't know whether to do that way or that way. I think it would fit either or. Maybe if we had two in that direction. If I do a very quick trace of the bird, we can see if it'll fit or what way it's best. So that's horizontal, that's, oh, I don't know, I think vertical would sit nicer. But the TISM is going, I don't want one solitary, like, it's all right if it was 3, but the fact that I'm doing 4 and there's just going to be one random that way, I think my head feels like I need to have 2 that way. Maybe I could just draw him at more of an angle, and then that way I've got 2. I think I might do that. Oh dear, my hands are getting cold. A square bee. A square bee. Bee would have been really cute. I could have done a bee instead of a butterfly. Hang on. Hang on, hang on. Origami bee. Talking about nature. I need to go for a nature break in a second. The origami bees aren't actually that appealing, although there is one there, but that's a bit... I was measuring something when you started saying numbers. Completely lost now. Sorry. I'm going to be back in a couple of moments. Bear with me. Ow, sofa's there. Ow. Oh, I am myself. I need one of them little ident thingies that I can just switch the button. It says, be right back. How did I do? Did I fit in your time? I was going to use this as my template. just make it larger. So now Gary's put a spanner in the works. Do we stick with the bird, or do we have a look at doing something fun like a chicken or a bee? Is there such thing as an origami chicken? There is. Oh my god, that's cute. I wonder if I could run, but then if we do a chicken, I have to do it that way. I can't do it horizontal. That's true. All I need to do is change the colour. Yeah, because we did the original in purple, and I could just do him in grey and purple, which are pigeony colours, aren't they? So, Pidgeotto, I choose you. So yeah, I think if I just extend the tail, bring that out, bring the tummy out, have a nice big fat wood pigeon or something, angle that back a bit more. So we have a fold here, fold, that's quite a straight fold, that one. That goes, so that will need to be moved. Then we have a straight fold there, so that would have to go there, there, and there, so that needs to disappear. Is there anything else that we could do to make him more pigeon-like other than sticking a letter in his beak? The only thing I can think of is the colour. That needs to go straight down as it's folded with paper. So if we did his belly purple and then did the rest of him grey, so like that grey and then that purple, so that's V09, and we can use that for the shadow, which is 12, and then 15 for the body, which is that one. Yeah. Give everything a shimmy shake. You can see how it settles in the barrel, so they do need a bit of a shake up before you use them. Yeah, that all shook, ready to go. Would we do his... No, because of the way the paper would fold. I think we can only do his beak and his belly purple. Why does that feel like it's not? Well, it's working on here, but like it's dried out, but it's not dried out. I don't think he... I might just do a little extra on top. There we go. Is the dehumidifier quite noisy for you? Okay. It doesn't run that loud, but I know sometimes it can be picked up quite easily. Oh, have you? So he's been banging on about getting one for I don't know how long, and then Aldi had them. So we got one. It's quite nice with the grey and purple. Can I do that now? I don't think I can. Can I? Oh, hang on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just seeing if I can change. Oh, the keyboard wasn't working. If I save that now, I'm going to see if that changes the name of the live feed when I go back, because then it does. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. I've inherited one when the daughter moved out. Don't even know how to use it. Honestly, you just shove it in the middle of the room. Back, got snacks and hoodie. Nice. Just got to let it do its thing and then empty it when it gets full. If we're going to be folding out, I'm going to put a little bit of a shadow here, because that wing would have a bit of a fold out, wouldn't it? Then one here. And then one there. And then I probably need one for the beak. Just here. I don't want to overdo the shadows. Wait for that to dry. Oh, Baby Joe's got a new vlog out. Oh no, blew too hard. So I'll be watching that later. Oh no, it's all going wrong. Stop. Come on, I just want to scoot that over a bit. Damn it. And then it's not such a... Oh no, I need to stop fiddling now. I'm gonna let that dry. These are dry enough that maybe while we're here I just put on the back what they're called. I don't even know what I'm going to call them. Squiggle, Foxy, Booty Fly. We're going to give them silly names, I think. So this is Squiggle. Oh, for God's sake. A pen that works would be nice. Squiggle. And he's going to be one of how many? One of 8, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One of 8. $20.26. Then we're going to have Foxy, which will be 2 of 8. I might just call this one a mess. We'll call this one Pidgey. Or the trash collector. Foxy. I know. I am the equivalent of originals, mate. What are we going to call that? We're going to call this a Booty-fi. Booty-fi? Booty Fly. There you go. Which is 3 of 8. So we've got a Squiggle, a Foxy, and a Booty Fly. I'll have to wait for that bit to dry. A Button Fly. Oh, that's actually really cute. So what are we going to call this one? A Piddy? It's what my eldest called them when they were little. Couldn't call them a butterfly. Ah, butterfly is really cute. I think he's come out all right. Just got to think of a name for him now, other than Pidgey. Oh, it is. I cannot remember the name. Kura. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Actually, let's do. Then I will be able to tell you. Let's do a quick reverse image search. It's Tombow. Yeah, that's why I can't pronounce it. A Fudenosuke. Sky Rat the Pirate. Right, I'm going to type it into the chat. I've never been able to pronounce this. I wanted to say something like that, but I keep thinking of the Japanese topping for sushi, which I have, which actually looks quite similar. Fudenosuke. There we go. It's really nice. They weren't very cheap to begin with, but I think actually they've gone down in price over the years, because I wanted one for years, and a lot of people got them when like doing calligraphy and stuff like that. Captain Feather Pants, Fly Vermin, Sky Rat. So how are we going to go from Foxy, Pidgey, Squiggle, Boot and whatever the hell it is, to Sky Rat the Pirate? Captain Paper Pants. I like that. That's the whole story right there. Probably would have been better to have signed in this as well, because all my liners, I've got some new liners coming actually from Stabilo. So this is 4 of 8. Okay, darling. And we are going to call this it's going to be really boring, I'm afraid. It's going to be super boring. There we go. That's quite a sweet little collection, I think. I really like them. These need to be scanned in, because I will be doing prints of my Aceos. I'm not going to be anal about them. Yeah, basically, I called it Pidgey. Oh dear, lost the great names. Okay, so the ocean theme, I think I'm going to do on this one, because the variation in colour I think is stronger. I think these are a bit bland for those. I might do some steampunk ones on these. So let's check beforehand. We've got the whale, which is in that direction. We've got the fish, which is in that direction. Crap, the shark is also going to be in that direction. And then we've got the jellyfish. Unless I do 2 fish, so one above and one below, like a koi pond. I'm honestly going to not lie at all, Lizelle. Just look up, like for this, I've looked up what folded, like literally origami bird. And then just, like that's quite a common origami fox shape. So I definitely have not made these up off the top of my head. These are very much what they look like when they are folded. Just got to have a bit of fun with them, really. So I'd like to say that I thought of them, but I didn't. Other ones, they are, like my birds and things like that, you know, they're very much just taking shapes and just having fun with them. But I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do 2 of these, or even maybe 3. I might do 2. So one facing that way and then one facing that way. And then that way we can have our 2 vertical. Sorry, you can probably hear next door's dogs. So I think we're going to do the shark on that one, the whale on this one, the fish on this one, and the jellyfish on this one. The jellyfish is probably the hardest one. I've had to look up quite a few variations of jellyfish origami because there isn't actually that many. But I have found a few like really cute simplified. So if you Google jellyfish origami, you'll see like there's loads of different variations. I don't have a worm, I'm afraid. I might change, like the shape of the heads aren't quite how I've done the shape of that head because I wanted it to be different. But what I might do is change slightly the bottom tentacles as well. So again, what I might do to give me equals, I wasn't though for so long. Like it's taken me a really long time, and I know that we've discussed it before, but it really was a case of me having to get outside of my own head to do that. Like for years and years I've wanted to do really cute simplified, like I love having a few styles under my belt, as you all know, and I like to be able to master as many as I can. And like the simplified ones were always the hardest. Like even when like hubby's watching anime and I look at, like in the distance, for example, they don't even put faces on people. It's just heads and bodies. And you're like, you know, and people aren't unhappy with that. But when we sit as artists and think about like what we're going to do, we always just end up overthinking it, don't we? Quite like that shape. What I might do is make that a bit more. Oh, thank you. Well, coming from you, stuff you do is amazing. Hands getting cold. There's been a drop in the old temp. I don't know if that's straight. So the original ones I had were quite simplified, but I think what I'm going to do is change them. I've seen another set of legs that I quite like the look of. That sounds really weird and random, but there you go. Need to be careful not to to slim that one down, otherwise I'm going to end up with 3 legs and not 4. Actually, I might do that. Eraser. Say no more, Bond's head is creeping in view of camera. Shush your noise. Look, I've got no one else to tell me I'm doing great, so I'm going to take it from you lot. I'm going to make these front ones a bit longer. I need to angle that. I keep going in at the wrong angle. There we go. Well, I'm going to tuck that one behind. And then this one can be, so we're looking at the side view of these legs at the edge. There we go. I'm trying to think if there's a way that I can make it look like a paper fold. Probably like there and there maybe. Or we do that and then that. Where would his eyes be? We could have his eyes down here. No, he looks really mean. What if I did it the other way? That way. Yeah, because now he looks derpy. Yeah, I like that. Just need to pick a colour now. I don't know that I want that shape in the middle. I'm going to just go up. Right, there he is. I don't think it necessarily works as such, but I wonder if... Like, I'm literally making up an origami character here. I don't know that we need anything on there apart from that fold, just to give me colour, really. Yeah, they would actually, wouldn't they? Okay, so what colour are we going to do the jellyfish? Blue would be obvious. Maybe we could do purple. We haven't done purple yet. The koi are going to be yellow and orange. The shark is going to be blue and purple. No, the whale is going to be blue and purple, and the shark will be doing grey. Well, I can't quite attain that with acrylic markers, or I'm not that good yet. We'll do a light. Yeah, there you go, done. Just line it. Shaky, shaky. It is practically invisible. Which isn't a bad thing. It's sort of, it does play on what you said though, if we have it light. No, actually, that would be the other way. I need the dark on the outside. Or do I? No, let's have the light on the outside. If anybody's watching this back, they are not my dogs, they are next door's dogs. And I apologise. This was actually another reason why I stopped doing a lot of my YouTube back in the day. Because you could hear them constantly. I quite like the paleness actually. See, even you're starting to recognise them now. I'm actually in love with the pigeon. I really like him. Well done for the Pidgey, because I actually really like the colour choice. I like the butterfly as well. I didn't realise I was going to like that as much as I did, but just the little derpy antennae. Stop trying to talk, Benita. I don't want to say too much on here, but we're going to build a little catio for the summer. I think we've both agreed that we don't want the cats to have, although Toast doesn't, I nearly took him to the vet, but I think honestly he just doesn't like to jump very high, because he can jump. We thought he can't jump, so I thought maybe he'd hurt himself, but he chooses where or how high he likes to jump. So I don't think we're at risk of him going anywhere far, but yeah, we've decided we're going to build a little catio off the side of the office. Just so they can enjoy a bit of the outdoors. I have seen some like anti-jump things, like they're rollers that go on top of the fence, but to do all of our fencing it would be really expensive. At least with the catio, there's literally only one wall that we would need to create, because we'll have the side of the office, the fence from next door, and the back of the house. Yeah, I thought so. And then they can have some like nice tall bits that they can climb up onto, a big cat tree type thing. Yeah, we were getting really concerned because we heard a big thud. And apparently Toast came out looking all sheepish and was a little bit limpy. So I don't know if he tried to jump up somewhere and slipped, because we've got to trim their paws again, because their hair's grown so quick in their paws and they slip really easily when they got hairy paws. And we were just a bit worried that he'd hurt himself, because he doesn't jump up on the side of the sofa. He tends to like drag himself up. But the more I learn about the ragdoll mentality, the more I learn just how lazy they can be. So we're going to keep an eye on it. But he, like I say, he did jump on the bed, so I think he's okay. I need to wait for that to dry. We'll do just a little bit of shadow on the leg. I don't think I could do a little bit. If I use that colour, I don't think we need to go too dark. Yeah, honestly, the rollers would be pretty spenny. Yeah, I mean, she will jump, no problem, but he is like, nah, I'm going to drag. But surely dragging yourself up, like dragging the body weight that he is, because he's not a small cat for the age that he is. You would have thought he'd be like, no, this is too much effort, I'll just jump, but no. He's like, no, I'm happy to drag myself up the side and scare everyone that my claws are going in the brand new sofa. Or just little boots in general. They tend to freak the cats out, don't they? I couldn't do that. Right, I can't remember what purple we use now, that one. So I think we need that one. Or not. They settle really quickly. That one, I think. I can't remember which one's metallic. I'm going to be lining them, so I don't want a huge amount of shadow, but it'd be good to have some. I'll just do the whole of that side. I think it would translate a bit better. Yeah, I can understand that. He's got like the skinniest back legs though. I think where he's like not jumping, he could do with learning to jump, because like his back legs are so scrawny. Oh, really? So she's like, I'm better off on the ground. I'm going to be a ground cat. Purple's not quite dry. I think you've had it a lot worse than we have. It's been dry all day today, but the last couple of days it has been constant raining. But I think you've had it really bad. Yeah. Oh, was he really muddy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, not fun. Isn't there threat of more snow coming soon as well? Quite tempted to do a couple of little bubbles around him, but it's cute. We just have to call him Jelly. That's such full of imaginative names. Yeah, don't really want to this time of year as oils in. Yeah. Let's have him sitting here, keeping an eye over us all. Okay, so we'll do. What was I going to do? I think that was going to be the koi, wasn't it? So we'll do that. So we're going to have one facing this way. And then one facing it needs to come in a little bit because there's a bit of tail. Okay, so if we have him here, here, and then the top here, hopefully. I know, like, I bet you're really, really envious of my ability to come up with really fun names. Like, if anybody has children, come to me for names because I am a genius. Picasso and Matisse got nothing on me. I've even got Dali shaking. Right, koi number 1. What, not thing 1, thing 2? I just call them oi. God, it's going to be really weird trying to draw this the other way around. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm right-handed. I find it naturally easier to draw things that face left. And I think it is because I'm right-handed. I don't know why. It's a strange thing. I think that's just a parent thing, full stop, isn't it? Like, I could never understand how my mum would get all our names wrong all the time. And then, like, I had two. And once I hit two, I was like, I don't know, who are you? And you would just roll through all the names until you hit the right one. Or the person that you want replies. This one doesn't feel as cute as that one, and I don't know why. Maybe I do. Do I? I don't think I do. What I might do is bring that down and bring that across more. That might help. No. That's so weird. There. It was too straight up, I think. Yeah, it's not far enough back, that's why. Yeah, it's better. There we go. Right. Oh, for God's sake. Right, I think we'll just keep these two the same colour. I don't think there's any point in us doing different colours. So we want quite the white there. We want the brighter orange, which was this one. I think we did the fox in it. Yeah. So by 12. And then the underbelly was the bright yellow, which I think we did in Y53. Which is, that's 4. That's 3-3. We want 5-3. Where's 5-3? There. I think they look quite cute, two together. Right. Throat's still hurting. I do wonder whether it might be reflux. Might be reflux from the pizza you had yesterday. So we'll see how you're doing tomorrow. It'll hurt less tomorrow if it's reflux. How you getting on with your game?
I'm doing all the treasure maps.
Are you?
I've got 7 gold bars at the moment.
Nice.
500 each.
Nice.
So I don't know what 5 times 7 is. 500 times 7.
Well, if you do 5 times 7, then that will give you what your 500 is. You just add the extra.
Oh, I don't know.
You be rich.
I already am. 10,000.
Nice. In them days, you would have been a gazillionaire.
Doesn't matter because he's going to die in 4 years.
Oh. I thought you'd already done all that bit.
That's the second game I'm playing. The first one's, this is the, what is it? Sequel?
Before or after?
Before.
Prequel.
The This is a prequel game, sequel games.
Right.
So
Okay. Now we know. So you'll be able to make your little YouTube channel up, show everybody how to do it. It's got his headphones on, can't hear me now. I absolutely adore the way he gets involved in his games. Like, he literally, like, I don't know, he gets so emotional with the characters and things. I love it. I'd love to do silly little game, live feed gaming things just here or on Twitch, but I'm so embarrassed about how bad I can be at games nowadays. Like even Cookie Run, I'm relying on everybody else to give me the stuff that I need to like make sure I've got like a decent arena team and stuff. I don't think I need a second coat on that top one. Let's let that one dry a bit. I love the orange with the purple. Back stretch. I managed to move the chair thing down at the back so it gives me a little bit more support at the base of the back, so I'm hoping it will give me a little bit less of the old backache. Raise the desk a little bit though. It's a bit better. Oh, that's juicy. I would definitely need 2 coats of that. don't know why there's something really satisfying about the shape of these fish. I haven't tested any of these to see if any are UV yet. No, by the looks of it. Ah, disappointing. Not even the yellow. I don't know why I did it on there. I've got the whole sheet here. It would show up on here. Yeah, none. I think I want a whole pond full of fish this shape. Yeah, most are. You're always going to get ones that aren't always, but they are really good pens. I do hope they bring out the whole colour range in the brush pens. What I'll do is when I edit the details of this video, I'll pop the discount code in the description as well, so if anybody's watching this later on, they can use the code. I cannot remember entirely when it runs out, but I know that it does run out, but I can't remember when. I might wait for that to dry a little bit because the yellow's quite wet. So what we'll do is we'll get the whale drawn. I should have shifted him up, I think. Still can if I just to where the lines go a bit. feel like his tail needs to be like much bigger. And that feels better, I think. Now, it's whether we put his eye down here or up here. I think up here. I need to change the angle of that a bit. I think we're still looking whale-like. I wonder whether maybe with him we do need like a little, I don't know, do we? What if I moved that down a bit so it's not so in the middle? And we can bring his eye down. Yeah, I think we're still looking whale-like and not so fishy. I don't know. I don't know how else I would do it, to be honest. I think his body isn't as long, so maybe that's why it doesn't quite feel... I don't think I can get his body any longer. Move the tail slightly. Yeah, there we go. I think he looks quite whaley. So let's get these lined. I don't think we need any more layers of Lello. Are we just going to call these the Goldies? It's imaginative names. I haven't done any of the shadow lines, have I? Let's just do a couple of quick ones. Don't really need a lot, we just need one here, I think. One here. Then we need a medium tone behind the... maybe that one. Do I put it there? Ah, it's too similar. Damn. Dum 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 dum. I think we might need that one. Yeah. darkest, but it's better than nothing. Gives us a little bit of variation, I guess. Okay, so the whale we did blue and purple originally. I wasn't too keen on the deep blue, so I'm going to use... Have I used that one? I don't think I have. And then that leaves the shark after this, and then I guess that would be it. And then I need to figure out where I'm putting them. Does anybody like bidding on eBay anymore? I've been honestly so out of the loop. I can't remember the last time I sold anything on there. I know a lot of people do, but I'm going to get a little collector's binder so I can store these all in to keep them safe. I might give that a second coat in a minute. I wouldn't mind having a bit of a consensus as to whether people would prefer to. The thing is eBay would give me a wider audience, and it's yeah, it's a bit of a struggle at the moment because I don't know what's best for me. I did even consider putting a lot of my old artwork on there to see how that would do. But at the moment they're so cheap in the half price sale, there's no point. I'm just going to leave them on my website, and then I think whatever's left after the sale I might just have a look at moving them onto eBay, see. Yeah, I thought like I might just split up what I've done, do half on the website and then half on eBay, and then just see how it's received on both. Yeah, there is that. I guess there's a bonus either way, isn't there, in reality? It's so nice to see things going to a good home. Gerald, he's now got a good home. He's all packed up and in his new house now. So it's good. It's good to see a few things being loved. And my owls, of course. Why does that look lighter? Yeah, that's no good. You and frantically playing. The old joypad going. That shadow works so well there. Oh my god, that's effective. Ooh, just fling it across the desk there. So all that's left is the shark. What I might do is while that's drying, we'll sketch the shark out. Incoming. It's getting that time of... Hang on, baby. Hang on, sweetheart. There you go. Come on then. Meow. I know. Oh, sweetheart. It's not quite lunchtime yet, or dinner time. See, she's got more muscle around her back legs. You need to teach Toes a thing or two, don't you, about jumping? You gonna give me cuddles? Come on in. Aww, that's nice. Hi. Smile, you're on YouTube. Hi. Come on in. Yeah, you get comfy. That's why I keep getting neck ache, because I keep having to stretch over cats to draw stuff. So tip of the shark, tip of the tail, tip of the tail. Oh, big yawns. I can't draw with your head in the way. No. Oh, have you buried your head? Oh my god. Or are you trying to play with my jumper? Bless you. I can't see, baby. Right, tail, origami toe beans. I'll have to try that one day. It's really awkward at the moment because the feeding times are a little bit all over the place. Like when hubby's up in the morning, you can imagine at like 4 o'clock they're round his feet, feed me, feed me. So he feeds them before he leaves for work, so 20 past 4, something like that. Then I tend to not feed them a full packet when I get up. So they'll get like a third split between them because they've got biscuits. And then like literally as soon as 4 o'clock hits, they're like, well, where's my lunch? Where's my dinner? And this is like, they'll end up wanting food at 12ish as well. It's getting a bit much between all of them. We're getting through so much cat food. So a cute little shark there. I don't know whether I should really do that line on that fold. This one. I have an amazing I don't know whether I've paid or I'm buying the set or a single postcard. I'm hoping I'm buying the set, but I don't 100% know now. I thought it was the set. I don't know whether I've ever reposted it on the other side, TT. But it's this an amazing autistic, I guess he's not a kid anymore, young adult, called Jun Lee. And he does the most beautiful calligraphy writing. And he, like, the cutest little sketches and drawings that he does. Anyway, I contacted them because I was like, do you post outside of the Philippines? Because that's where they are. And his dad was like, you know, we'll sort something out. So we did. So they're in the post. I'll share them when I get them because they are, honestly, they're gorgeous. I really like the whale. I think the whales come out really cute. I need to keep the animal ones, the ocean ones separate because I haven't signed them yet, have I? Okay, grey and we need a colour. Grey and green? We haven't done any green actually. Should we do grey and green? I like the wording on here. It says shake and enjoy. Let's do YG57. Oh, were you? There you go. Five minds think alike. I don't know what parts would be... If you were to do it with two pieces of paper, I don't know. Oh man, I've seen another... Oh, before I do this... I've just seen another take on it that I think I actually prefer. Make that longer. Why? What have you done? I think I prefer that one. The only thing is that I might put that further back. Oh, were you? How though? We were having conversations in the right context. And here comes the other one. No. No, is that like, I think that's too low. I think that needs like moving up here. Oh, okay. Let's try and move it. Gonna have to wait, baby. It is not quite dinner time yet. Should we see where your dad is as well? He's back quite. I'm going to leave the tail as it is. I think I quite like the tail. I don't know whether maybe I tilt that head down. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that because I'm aware like I'm fiddling. Meow. No, way too early. And then you get all angsty at night. Oh, he's almost home anyway, so that's good. You went way back in the past, did you? I just need to move his eye to there, maybe. It's me saying I would stop fiddling, and what am I doing? Right, I'm going to stop. Just clean up the lines. I'm going to stop there. Right, okay, so we're doing green and grey. I'm going to lighten up very slightly because I'm not quite sure how opaque the green is. So if we're going to dual colour this, all that's going to have to be, unless it's pretended to be folded back, so we could do grey. Well, let's just go for it. Is the lighting still okay? I think it looks all right through my screen still. I'm going to bring you down a bit further. Who's that? Maybe it's the cat just sounded like someone was. as opposed to going darker on the green, I think what I might do is actually highlight, or should I? No, let's just go darker. Let's get the grey on. Darker than I was expecting. Okay, I might have to use that for the shadow and find a lighter grey. Wait for that to dry. I'm almost done. Hey, 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 hey. Enough. No, there's no need. Toes. Toes. Not that he's bothered in the slightest. That's hubby home, I think. See you later. Almost done. Right, one more. Hey, just on a live. Almost done. How's your toe? How's your toe? Not been sore? He dropped a very heavy baking tray sideways straight across his toes. I think he might have like a minor fracture across one of them. Nope, that's not dark enough. That's quite bright, that one. Let's try that one. Just looking at my hands through the camera, you can tell I've got cats. Honestly, like his toe is like all swollen up, really bruised. Yeah, not fun. Of course, for work he has to wear steel toe caps as well. Wait for that to dry, get that. I tell you what, while we're waiting for that to dry, should we name these? Should we just keep it like insanely silly like the others and just call him Jelly? What number are we on? 4, so we're on number 5. So that's 5. I might call these the squishies. As in fishies, but squishies. Oh, we should have taken on all the names, you know, like Sea Flap Flap. We could have done that, but hey, too late now. I don't know what to call the whale. We need some names for the whale. My desk mat really is bad. I'm going to have to get that in the washing machine tomorrow. Just shows how hard wearing it is. I love the whale. The whale's probably one of my favourites, actually. Don't know what to call him, though. Yeah, I am. I like that. Sometimes that's why I have to go down the silliness route, because I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to come up with anything. Even like paintings and things that I've done in the past, I haven't got a clue what to call it. All these people come up with these amazing names. I do like, though, how a little simple piece of shadow can just make them look really 3D. I'm going to be the same with the shark. I don't know what to call the shark. Do you know what? I just, whatever comes into my head, it's going to be called Big Blue. I'd be up for that. That's a great cat name, actually. You and my friend would get on. Like her cat was called Sir Huffleton Fluffy Toes something or other. Okay, well, I'm not surprised. What am I gonna do? Hangry. We're gonna call them Hangry, I think. Right, there we go. Hangry. That's Saf. That is Saf. Right, okay, let's have a little reflect over everything that we've done then. So we've had quite a productive couple of hours. So we've done our drawing for the soft launch, so that would be cool. I need to get that scanned in. I need to get these scanned in. So we've got Hangry, we've got Big Blue, we have Squishies, we have, can't remember, we have Jelly, then we have, I need to try and do these in order so they get laid down in order. Yeah, I'm almost done. Then we got Pidgey. Pidgeotto. Yeah. Bootifly. Beautifly? Yeah, Bootifly. Bootyfly. Then we have Foxy, because, you know, imaginative. I actually have to turn them to remember what they're called. That's how bad I am. And then Squiggle. I remember Squiggle. So, yeah, there's Squiggle done. It's cute. Well, I'm going to make a quick video, I think, for the place I hate right now. But that's it from me. I think we've had quite a nice little productive afternoon. I'm glad I was able to get on and do something at least. So that was nice. And I think that's quite a nice little collection. Little origami set. It's cute. Pidgey's your fave, is it? I think squishies. I think squishies are my fave. The whale is a close second, and then the fox. But I don't know why. There is really something satisfying about Squishy's face. If you're watching this later on, pop in the comments what your favourite one is. I would love a thumbs up as well, because of course, you know, all for the algorithm and that malarkey. I'll edit all the description and I'll link the tools that I'm using, as well as the 10% code for Ohuhu. Keep an eye if you are interested in any of these, whether they end up on my website or eBay or knowing me with my ADHD, they might not end up anywhere other than in a folder. But yeah, that's where we are. So thank you very much for keeping me company, you lovely lot. I know there's a big delay, so we might just sit in silence for 30 seconds after I've said bye. But if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the get notified for all, and I'm hoping to do a lot more live feeds of various things in the future. So have a good morning, afternoon, evening, whichever it may be, and I shall see you later. Bye.